On the docket tonight, convicted double killer Scott Peterson. Ted Rollins has more.
It was one of the most notorious murder cases of the 21st century. Scott and Lacey Peterson, a young California couple expecting their first child, when Lacey disappeared and her husband became the prime suspect.
State of California versus Scott Peterson. We, the jury, in the above entitled cause, find the defendant, Scott Lee Peterson, guilty of the crime of murder of Lacey Denise Peterson.
In November of 2004, Scott Peterson was convicted of murder in the deaths of his pregnant wife, Lacey, and their unborn son, Connor, in their Modesto, California home. Prosecutors say he dumped their bodies in San Francisco Bay from his fishing boat after killing them around Christmas Eve 2002. Their remains washed ashore the following spring. Peterson claimed he was innocent.
The most likely thing that happened is that she was abducted, and she was abducted by someone other than my client.
But the jury and the public didn't buy it.
It doesn't match up. Who goes fishing by themselves Christmas Eve in a boat?
Peterson's trial became a sordid tale of deception and infidelity. His affair with massage therapist Amber Fry exposed as she turned state's evidence.
We did have a romantic relationship.
Fry secretly recorded conversations between her and Peterson. In one such call, Peterson claimed he was in Paris when he was actually in Modesto while hundreds of volunteers were searching for his pregnant wife.
Amber, are you there?
Yes. Are you having a good time?
I'm near the Eiffel Tower.
Amber Fry's testimony helped prosecutors secure the guilty verdicts against Scott Peterson. Crowds of people gathered outside this San Mateo courthouse and reacted to the verdicts as they were being read.
Find the defendant, Scott Lee Peterson, guilty of the crime of murder of Lacey Denise Peterson.
Peterson was sentenced to death for his crimes, but it was justice that brought very little comfort to those close to Lacey and Connor.
There's many times that I wake up in the middle of the night. I just wake up and I just start crying because I realize that Lacey's gone and that I'll never see her again.
It must have been very hard for you all to go from loving Scott like a son to have a completely different mindset.
It was for me.
After 17 years on death row in August of 2020, the California Supreme Court overturned Scott Peterson's death sentence.
Calling the matter of the people versus Scott Lee Peterson.
The High Court ruled that jurors who personally disagreed with the death penalty but were willing to impose it were improperly dismissed. It was a setback for prosecutors who announced they would not seek to have Peterson executed. Peterson is now being resentenced for his crimes in a procedural hearing where the only possible punishment is life in prison without the possibility of parole.
And this resentencing is happening December 8th. That's tomorrow. An evidentiary hearing on February 25th is a bigger date for Scott Peterson, 2022. He's trying to get a new trial, so that's what the evidentiary hearing is all about. Tomorrow, the resentencing, where he will officially no longer be a death row inmate. When we